5 cops fired, 3 suspended after sex misconduct probe. They should be hosed down at this point. They got to cool off with this behavior. We'll tell you more about it. This from News Channel 5 Nashville. 5 officers with the Laverne Police Department in Tennessee being released. Another 3 officers suspended after various bouts of sexual misconduct and reportedly lying during the ensuing investigation into these claims. Fired officers are Patrol Officer Megan Hall, Patrol Officer Juan Lugo Perez, Sergeant Henry Ty McGowan, and Sergeant Lewis Powell. Okay, center right, Detective Seneca Shields on the right. The suspended officers have been identified as Patrol and Canine Officer Larry Holliday, left, Patrol Officer Patrick Magliocco, and Patrol Officer Gavin Sherbill, not pictured. Here,
that dude on the left is a canine? He looks like a human. I did not see that coming at all. Wow.
Well, why don't I get into some of the acts and you can decide.
Please.
According to the allegations made in the internal investigation, Hall engaged in a sexual relationship with Magliocco, Powell, Holliday, Lugo, McGowan, and Shields, which was not reported to leadership. I really want to pause right there. Of course it was not. What do you mean it was not reported to? If she reported it, Ben, that's okay. Is it okay if they would have reported this orgy, if you will?
Yeah, probably good chance it's not going to be reported on account of them wanting to not lose their jobs. Also, it does sound like that was very dog-like behavior.
That part. Here's more for you. They engaged in a sexual relationship while on duty inside city-owned property. Again, that from News Channel 5 in Nashville. Hall also reportedly exchanged explicit photos with McGowan, Holliday, Magliocco, Shields, and Sherbill, which were reciprocated.
There were gerbils involved now too?
They'll check the body cam footage. It led to charges of sexual harassment. McGowan reportedly went into the Human Resources office and put his hands around the neck of employee Bethany Smith. That was witnessed by a coworker. What on earth is going on down there? Magliocco, Powell, and witness Lieutenant David Durham, all initially interviewed. That was in December on the 13th, 2022. They were questioned about sexual relationships between Hall and the multiple officers named in the investigation. All of these subjects were aware of ongoing sexual conduct, explicit images, which were sent by Hall to some of the male officers, listed in the report in various capacities. Magliocco and Powell are accused of engaging in sexual conduct with Hall on multiple occasions. Well, there's more detail, including oral sex, both on LPD property and private property. Did anybody get arrested? Did they issue any citations, fill out any reports? Did these people do any work other than have sex 24/7? Because it goes on, okay? Powell has denied any sexual conduct with Hall during his interview, but listed other officers. He said, I didn't do it, the nasty. But they did. Says they engaged in sexual acts with Hall. I know you are, but what am I? I know, you know how it goes. Hall, Magliocco, Powell, they're stated as being married to other partners in the report. Magliocco's wife is identified in the report claiming that she was seen kissing Hall during a party. Multiple Laverne officers had attended this past fall, okay? According to an interview with Magliocco, Powell ended his involvement with Hall to conceal any sexual activity from his wife and concerns about his position with the department. The mayor's not happy about this, Ben, and I'm gonna tell you what he said, okay? Laverne Mayor Jason Cole released a statement Monday condemning the situation as, quote, unacceptable. And that once it was known, do we know if they reviewed the body cam footage? Like, was someone just archiving the footage and they said, what, whoa, I've just witnessed a massive, that looks like Hall and okay. I don't know.
Now we know why they call it a body cam.
Right, they got it in.
Look, this is obviously horrible, but also I'm curious, is Officer Hall on Instagram?
We'll see. Does she have a handle, Alex? If you look into that.
She have a handle on it.
Again, the mayor says unacceptable. Once it was known there was an immediate investigation. He stated further, top priority moving forward will be rebuilding public trust.
This dude looks like he's the mayor of a beer hall. Look at this dude.
The mayor, I don't know, mayor. I'll leave it alone. But he says, listen, he's going to take action here, Ben. And he says they'll not only rebuild public trust, but they'll have to retrain all employees. Are you kidding me? Okay. And I wouldn't use, well, don't say it, Sharon. I wouldn't use the word train. This is, it's just too much. But what kind of retraining? What, we gotta train people not to have an orgy on city property while not in uniform, but on duty?
Yeah, no, they have to, because the initial training handbook said that orgies are not recommended.
Okay, I gotta
update they need to update that. They're strictly forbidden should be the language for a police department.
Well, maybe the chief can do better. Okay, because the chief now, the chief does look like a serious man here who's worked his whole life in law enforcement, and he's not gonna put up with this. So let's give you the statement from the chief. This is a difficult situation for our department and for the city, but I want to be clear that the actions of a few do not represent this department as a whole. Only 20% of it, apparently. I mean, that's 7 officers, is not a big department. I add that part, but the chief says, we are working diligently to rebuild the trust of our citizens in our community. We understand this will take time and diligence from our command staff and officers to repair the honor and integrity of our department. Can they, Ben, rebuild trust after this widespread breach?
I mean, I don't even think this is a trust issue as much as can they focus their attention back on crime prevention and less on booty getting?
Yeah. Well,
I feel like that's the real question we're dealing with here.
And that's an important question. It's an important question. And I do want to say this. As the department continues to rebuild, Hall was not called out as the only woman involved in this. Equal opportunity, equal offenders, Ben?
I don't know. I just think this police department took very seriously getting involved in the halls of justice.
If we continue, I mean, if this continues, you know what he does for a living. I don't know why I wanted to.
You believe me? I'm being very restrained right now.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to go to break.
Go to break.
Yeah,
go to break.
We're going to have to go to break because this is again, they're cleaning things up down there in Tennessee, and this appears to be an isolated incident over many weeks with many personnel in the Laverne Police
chief
Department.
Put Hall on desk duty.